Dice Tower Tonight, episode 119.
The final episode.
Welcome to Dice Tower Tonight, a video cast about board games and card games, and especially the people who play them. On tonight's show, it's time to play the music, it's time to light the lights, it's time to play some chat games on the Dice Tower Tonight. Crystal and I close out our run on Dice Tower Tonight with a veritable smorgasbord of games to play with the live chat. Will we tackle your favorite? Just wait and see. Unless your favorite is just one, then I'm just going to spoil it now. Yes, we're going to play your favorite. I'm Eric Summerer, and joining me now, the Tilly to my Saru, it's Crystal Dax.
Oh, yay!
I've been saving that one for a while.
You and I mean, I'm obviously very much like Tilly, and you are kind of like Saru, like silly at times, but also good at being serious and stoic and determined when you need to be as well.
Plus, when I walk down the hallway, I do that swishy thing with my hands. That's just what I do.
His walk that he developed for that character is just so good. For those of you who are not huge Star Trek fans, which is probably a lot of you, Eric and I are somewhat of anomalies in that regard, but Doug Jones is the actor who plays Saru on Star Trek Discovery, and you know Doug Jones even if you don't realize that you know Doug Jones, because he is a very tall and incredibly skinny man who has been playing weird creatures in movies for decades, and so he's often indistinguishable as himself because he's playing the guy with the eyes in his hands from Pan's Labyrinth, or Billy in Hocus Pocus, for instance. So,
or the guy from The Shape of Water, right? That was him.
Oh
as well.
yeah, he's so good in that. Oh my gosh! But yeah, I love Doug Jones, and he's a really, really cool guy. In addition to being a spectacular actor.
Excellent. Well, Crystal, as we alluded to at the very beginning of the show, this is our final episode with the two of us. And as a send-off for Dice Tower Tonight, we thought the best way to do that is to go out with a bang and just a party of games to play with the chat. One of the most wonderful things that we've been able to do over the past several years is get to play games with the people who tune in live to watch the show. And we have put together a bunch of our favorites to play with everybody. And we sort of flipped a coin, a metaphorical coin, at the beginning of the show, and I think you get to take us away first. Are you ready to go?
I do. In fact, we're going to play a game that I believe we've only played on Dice Tower Tonight once.
Okay.
But it was a big hit with the chat because we kind of give the chat a whole bunch of control in this game.
Are you sure we want to do that right off the bat? I mean, early.
I feel like if chat's going to take things off the rails, we might as well just go ahead and hop off the tracks now, and then we'll careen into the cavern for the rest of the show.
It gives us more time to sort of rewrite the ship, I guess.
There you go. I guess that's a better way of looking at it. But yes, we are in fact going to play a game that chat really loved the last time we played it on the show, and that is Trap Words from CGE. So we are obviously going to be playing a modified version, as we typically do with most of the games here on Dice Tower Tonight. For those of you who are not familiar with how Trap Words works, it is very similar in the way we're playing it to the game Taboo. If you don't know what Taboo is, you're trying to get the other team or your team to guess a word, and you are given a list of words that you're not allowed to say while you're trying to get them to guess it. You can say anything else, but not the words on the list. In Trap Words, instead of being given a predetermined list of words that you cannot say, the other team gets to come up with that list of words. So what Eric and I are going to do, we will be going back and forth, giving one another clues to the specific word that has been chosen, and I will be showing the word to the chat here. I'm just going to grab a card at random. There's these little booklets that I have that have holes in them, and I will slide a card at random into that hole, and then I'm going to hold it up to my camera, and I'm going to flip it over sometimes because I won't know what orientation the word is. Yeah, I figured as much probably. But I'm going to hold it here. I'm going to probably move it back and forth to make sure it actually focuses at some point. And then if I'm the one giving clues, I'll look at the word as well. If Eric's the one giving clues, he will look at the word along with chat. Chat always is going to get to see the word, unless you just want to play along and guess. And then chat, you'll want to hide the chat, because what chat is going to do once they know the word is they are going to put the trap words into the chat. And then when we're giving clues, you all will have to listen, and at the end of the guessing, tell us if we hit any of the trap words. In this modified version, we're going to say that when you all put trap words into the chat, you're going to put them in all caps. It will not count if they're not in all caps, and I know the mods will do a pretty good job of helping keep an eye on that. And we're only going to take maybe somewhere in the vicinity of 6 to 8 trap words. What I'll say is any of the mods who are, it can go up to 10 in the real game. So
really?
Okay. Yeah, it goes up to 10 technically. So we're going to say 6 to 8. And then mods, you all can try and cut it off in the chat or just self-decide where it ends. I don't care. Eric and I won't be looking at the chat. You all get to decide what those trap words are. And then we will go ahead and do the full guessing until the other person either gives up or guesses correctly. And if the clue is guessed correctly by either Eric or myself, and 0 or 1 traps got hit, we're going to consider that a success.
Okay.
If the clue is not guessed correctly, or 2 or more traps were hit in the process of giving the clue, we're going to say that's a failure. And we're just going to play 4 rounds, 2 for each of us, and see how many successes we can get.
Sounds good.
Hopefully that makes enough sense that chat can figure out what to do, because I'm going to have to hide the chat now, as will Eric.
I guess I am also bringing up something else. Yep. I'm no longer looking at the chat. I've hidden it there. I can still see you, though.
They can do whatever they want right now, Eric. We will have no idea.
Oh, boy.
There's other mods in the chat. It'll be fine. So Eric, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to be the clue giver for this first round.
Okay.
So I'm going to grab a card and put it into one of these little sleeves, and I'm going to look at it and show it to the chat. Right, so I just need to make sure you can't see me.
So I'm going to put on the blindfold, which I didn't think I was going to have to use this early, but here you go.
Okay, yes. Very official Dice Tower Tonight blindfolds. Okay, so chat, this is the word. I cannot see myself right now, so I need to click over and make sure this is actually legible. Is that upside down? No, it's not upside down. That's good. This is the word that we are going to try and get, or I'm going to try and get Eric to guess, and you all are going to come up with the trap words that I'm not allowed to say. Okay, Eric, I've pulled it away, so you can technically look at my video again.
Okay.
And chat, like I said, 6 to 8-ish trap words. You all decide what those are in all caps. By the time you hear me start giving clues, I assume you will have come up with what those words are because of the delay.
Sure.
And I'm gonna go for it, Eric. Okay. This occupation involves beefy males in wooded areas felling
lumberjack.
Yeah! That was amazing.
Beefy males in wooded areas. I want that on a t-shirt. I'm a beefy male in the wooded area. Yeah, that's a song.
and I'm okay. Yeah. I mean, I guess I could have gone Monty Python, but somebody in the chat probably would have picked up on that. So I am actually going to unhide the chat and see
how we did.
What we did here. Okay, so from the looks of things, I'm just okay. Gator Dave, you're amazing. Thank you. I've seen flannel, brawny, climb, axe, Paul, saw, timber, and it looks like that was about where they cut it off. So okay, Gator Dave said, and I had beefy on my list. Okay, I think that was a success.
I'm going to call that a success. Okay.
I love it. I don't know why this one is so much fun with the chat, but I had to bring it back for this reason.
Yes.
Okay, so I'm going to grab a different booklet, so the hole's in a different area. I'm going to grab a card and slide it in there, and I'm not going to look this time.
Okay, so I'm looking at this.
Which also, I'm going to be smart and actually hide the YouTube video as well, because sometimes
there's a delay, yep.
There's a delay, and I almost catch things by mistake. So I'm holding this up to my camera. Is it upside down or upside
down.
right?
Oh, wait, hang on.
Perfect.
Yeah,
Nope.
yeah.
Was it?
It was.
Okay.
Although now I can't see it. Hang on.
Okay.
My windows are messed up. I now have the word.
Okay.
Okay.
So you have the word. Chat has the word. I'm just going to hold it for a few more seconds, and then I will pull it back away. So this is the word you all are trying to get me to guess. Okay, I'm not, and I don't have the delayed video anywhere on my screen, so I won't be able to see that. So whenever you feel ready and comfortable, Eric, when you've contemplated life, the universe, and everything.
When frozen water is on the earth, not up, whee vehicle.
What? Okay, hold on here. Is that it? Is that all I'm getting?
When frozen water particles on the earth,
Oh,
not up, whee vehicle.
sled?
That's it.
Hey!
Did we do it? That's what I want to know.
Well, let's find out. Let's head over to the chat and let's see. Okay, so let's see.
Can we
It
dare to
looks
say
like
we
we.
again? You did. It worked.
That was a success, Eric. You did not hit any of the trap words they put into the chat.
Winter, reindeer, toboggan, Santa. I knew Santa was going to be a problem. Rosebud. Look at all the references to Citizen Kane.
Very nice.
All right, success.
Beefy men, wee vehicle. Yeah, that's why this game is great. This game, Pips in Space, is called Trap Words. We are playing a very modified version of CGE's beautiful game, but this is part of what that game consists of.
So I have to go.
All right.
I've hidden chat, and I'm blindfolding again.
Okay, and I'm going to grab another card and slide it in and see what the word is. Ooh, interesting. Okay, so Eric is blindfolded, so I'm going to show you all the word I'm going to get him to guess. You all are going to provide trap words for this. I have to hide the chat before. Okay, there we go. We got those flippity-flapping bunny ears going. All right, my chat is completely hidden. Eric is dancing. And you're safe to unblindfold even from the delayed video, Eric.
My glasses are all foggy. Okay.
Okay, this one is... It's a concept that exists in a lot of scary stories. It might lead to you being eaten by a grue, but like it's a bit longer concept than just that. It's extremely dim.
Is it a single word? Because that would be dark.
It's a single word. Okay, so that is not correct. I think technically we get like 5 guesses in the normal game, but we're not really worrying about that. This falls.
Darkness.
Yeah. Okay, I feel like I could have hit some trap words that time. Let me go pull up the chat.
Darkness
and see.
falls across the land.
Yay! I'm glad you got the reference. We got evil, blackness, photons, turn, fear, black, shadow, illumination, candle. It looks like somehow I have avoided the trap words once again, Eric.
Eaten by a grue is a pretty good clue. No one said
figured,
grue.
Yeah, no one said grue. But I knew that one was just dark, and I needed you to get you to darkness, so I was like, how do I make this more? But yeah, if it's dark, you're likely to be eaten by a grue,
That
in
is
case anybody's
likely.
not aware.
All right.
There's a song about that.
I've heard it.
Yeah. Okay, so now new booklet, new card, sliding it in without looking. Here, hold on. I will don my official blindfold this time before I hold.
Well, you're going to hold the thing up to the camera while being blindfolded. Okay.
Yep, totally.
Got
and you'll just tell me, oh God, where's my camera? Hopefully this is close. Is it upside down?
It is not upside down, and you are pretty much centered. So.
Wow.
I
Okay.
believe I have that. Oh, this is dangerous, though.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna bring it down, and then I'm not actually gonna take my blindfold off because I think I left things up on this screen. So I need to hold on. I need to make sure. Where's the window minimize thing? Oh God, I can't. Okay, I'm safe now.
Okay. Cursed inevitable Firefly event. I thought you were my friend.
Betrayal.
That's it. Now let's see if they went that tack as well, because it's possible that they that chat saw that coming.
It is possible.
Oh, sudden! I got close, but I didn't do that.
And no, it's inevitable was in there as well.
Inevitable,
but I don't think
was
you said
in there. I think I said inevitable. But that's one trap.
Yeah, that's one. I said one would be okay.
I said cursed inevitable Firefly event.
I think you nailed it.
Inevitable is okay.
Yep.
Yes.
Well done, Eric.
Well, that's a success, right? That's all four. Woohoo!
I used to be able to do that whole speech, the back and forth between the dinos from memory. I think I probably still could, but yeah.
Total tangent. I believe Alan Tudyk just shared some sort of video that somebody made of the droid from Rogue One doing that with like Stormtrooper figurines. Somebody made a little animated video, but it's just the audio from Firefly.
That's really cute. I'm gonna have to look that up. Well, chat, good job trying to trap us, but alas, Eric and I were successful, and you all got to hear us say some very silly things. David, and I think we shall call it your grave.
Okay, so we just played a cooperative game. We're going to next do a competitive game, you versus me, Crystal. Okay. And if there is one hallmark, we're sort of doing things that we have enjoyed doing over the run of Dice Tower Tonight this evening. And one thing that we've really enjoyed doing is throwing together something we've never done before and crossing our fingers and hoping that it works. And that is what we're going to do tonight, playing Who Would Win? Who Would Win is a party debate game. What's going to happen is that I have 2 stacks of cards here that I have pre-sorted so that I could get the straw polls set up. So there will be some sort of famous person. This is Crystal's stack. This is my stack. We'll each get a famous person. And then I have this stack, which I have not yet looked through. So even just looking down here, nannying is something that might show up. So Crystal will get her person. I will get my person. I'll throw the straw poll up in the chat so that chat can vote. And then I will tell you what the event is. I'll even cut this deck so that you can... So there's no shenanigans here. I don't have previous knowledge of what the event is going to be. Whoever goes first has 20 seconds to convince us why their person would win in a battle of whatever it is that's in this deck. Then the other person has 20 seconds, and I have this tiny little, look at this cute little timer. I have this cute little timer that's going to be our timer for that. The other person gets 20 seconds, and then the first person gets a 5-second rebuttal, like basically one sentence, to address maybe anything that was brought up by the second person. Then we'll give chat a second to vote. One of us will win. First of us to get 3 victories wins the game. That all makes sense? All right.
Sounds good to me.
We were carefully thinking about our statements in the last game. Here, you've got 20 seconds. You got to run with it. So, let's cut. I'm going to shuffle through this. Give me a stop point, Crystal. Where should I stop? Right here. There we go. All right. That is our stack of cards. Crystal, for game 1, you are Spider-Man. Comic book hero mutated by spider venom. I have Bill Gates. Software tycoon. Let me grab who would win question number 1. This is round 1. We're going to copy that, and we're going to put it in the chat. And first I have to actually get back to the chat. There we go. Like I said, many, many windows. We're going to paste. All right, so that is the straw poll for this first round. And that first round, we are going to be competing in. Oh, and by the way, Crystal, you're going to go first, and then I'll go first, and then you'll go first. So first round, it's going to be the discus throw. You may begin in 3, 2, 1, go.
Well, everybody knows that nerds aren't good at sports, and Bill Gates is pretty much like the king of the nerds. Spider-Man can literally leap from building to building. You think he can't throw a disc? In fact, what's great is he's got the spider webs. He could probably use them to propel the disc farther than his normal hand could, and it would just be the most epic discus throw ever, and Bill Gates would just be standing there crying.
All right, 3, 2, 1, go. I mean, discus and all throwing events are all about physics, and Bill Gates is, as we've determined, a genius. He'd be able to calculate all the angles. While Spider-Man might have flair and a jokey attitude, he would probably overcompensate and maybe even get it out of the arena. Bill Gates would know exactly where the discus needed to go and would be able to calculate the angle to get it there, which is why you should vote Gates. That's time. Crystal, quick rebuttal.
Bill Gates has had to make how many different versions of Windows? I'm pretty sure he doesn't get it right on the first try every time, Eric.
Okay, so I'm going to go to the poll and start looking at some results. We'll give people a... Oh my goodness!
What?
Well, currently, Bill Gates has 25 votes and... Oh, sorry, Bill Gates has 2 votes. Spider-Man has 28 votes. And I think... Oh, good. Somebody voted for Bill Gates, but it's not going to change anything because Spider-Man has 91% of the vote. A few people are giving some Bill Gates love, but I think we're pretty clear that Bill Gates did not win this battle here. I'll give it another 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Yeah, it looks like Spider-Man's going to win this with about 85% of the vote. So Crystal gets 1 point. We'll leave that there, and I'll put this over here. All right. Now I'm going to grab poll number 2 as I'm setting up for this one. Copy that. Crystal, you are going to be Conan the Barbarian, fictional barbarian and pulp fantasy hero.
Okay.
I am going to be Evel Knievel, daredevil motorcycle jumper. I'm gonna paste that.
I would watch a movie about the two of them.
Evel Knievel. All right, so Evel Knievel, Conan the Barbarian. I will go first this round, and our battle is going to be in smuggling. Smuggling.
Okay.
3, 2, 1, go. All right, so Evel Knievel travels with a whole lot of machinery. He's got the jumps, he's got the motorcycle, he has ramps. That takes a lot of trailer trucks to be able to maneuver that much equipment for his shows. And so it would be very, very easy for him to line one of those ramps or stuff a few things in a motorcycle and get whatever he wanted through whatever security he needed to go through. Very, very simple. That's time. Conan in 3, 2, 1.
So the thing about smuggling is it only is bad if you get caught. And I'm pretty sure Conan the Barbarian literally murders anyone he comes across. Therefore, he couldn't get in trouble for smuggling because he would just murder anyone he ran into. And Evel Knievel, he's got his stuff under a lot of scrutiny because he uses things like explosives and other dangerous stuff that have to be inspected regularly. So by hiding them in
That's time. Conan the Barbarian is huge. Evel Knievel is not that huge and far more unassuming. Okay. So let me go over there. That's I'm going to close round 1 so that we don't have to deal with that anymore. Round 2, start looking at some results. All right. Things are looking a little better for me this round. We'll let people... I'm seeing about 80% for Evel Knievel, although Conan the Barbarian just jumped up a little bit.
I have seen the movie once, Conan the Barbarian, and the only scene that comes to mind is when they're just pushing that big wooden wheel around and around and around, and I was just like, why are they just doing that?
I haven't seen any of the movies, but I did do a Conan book once.
Okay.
So it's in like it's like an anthology of adventure stories, and one of them was a Conan book. And he's very different from Schwarzenegger.
Okay.
Very different.
Yeah, all I know of Conan the Barbarian is pure Schwarzenegger.
So I'll give it 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Looks like Evel Knievel's going to win with about 79% of the votes. 35 people voting for Evel Knievel. So I'm going to score that one. We'll put Conan over here. We are currently tied. Crystal, round 3, you have Leonardo da Vinci, Italian Renaissance genius.
Okay.
I have Stephen King, the author of Carrie. Okay. I will close question number 2 and put the poll for number 3. Copy that. And jump over here. Paste and go. All right, the event for round 3, Leonardo da Vinci versus Stephen King, is dancing. Dancing. Crystal, you're up first in 3, 2, 1, go.
Okay, so Leonardo da Vinci was not just a painter, which is what most people remember him for, but he was also an inventor, a sculptor. He was very good with his hands and other parts of his body in the creation of works of art. Therefore, dance would come naturally to him because he has that flow. Also, a Ninja Turtle got named after him, and Ninja Turtles, as we all know, can do some kick-ass moves. And the reason he's named after Leonardo da Vinci is because he had some sweet dance moves.
In 3, 2, 1. Stephen King might not look like the most musically inclined individual, but he is a member of the band The Rock Bottom Remainders, which is full of other literary classic individuals. And so therefore he has an innate sense of rhythm. Of course, you would have to assume that. And so if he was forced to dance, he would just cut a rug like no one's business because he has that in his soul. And that's time. Rebuttal.
Stephen King has written so many books that he literally has had no time to learn how to dance.
I like how you got real close to the mic on that one. Okay, I got some information here. You might not
also,
know this.
I love that earlier somebody in the chat was like, dang, I thought Crystal talked fast before. Now, y'all, you all have no idea. I don't think I get close to the Micro Machines guy, but I can get up there if I really work at it.
Well, early impressions are definitely heading toward Leonardo da Vinci. I wonder if they're even listening to our arguments. It's almost just I think that Leonardo is probably... No, you had a pretty good argument. I don't think I had much of a chance on this one, actually.
Wait, I dropped an A-bomb? What did I say?
An A-bomb? What is that? I don't know.
What's an A-bomb?
Oh, like an atomic bomb.
Oh, okay. I was like, did I curse? I was like, I'm pretty sure I didn't.
Oh, boy. I've met rock guitarists. They don't have rhythm. All right, I'll give it 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. It looks like, Leonardo da Vinci is going to win this one with about 83% of the vote. It's pretty darn clear so far. Crystal gets 2.
Okay.
So you could win it on this next round, Crystal. And
okay.
You have been given Jacques Cousteau, French
Good
oceanographer.
gracious.
I get Donald Duck, animated comedic film star with semi-intelligible speech.
Please give us something water-related. Let's see what random...
Oh, boy. Okay, yeah, we're going to save this for the argument here. Here's copying, and here comes the pasting. All right, so I have to go first on this one. The competition is going to be Jacques Cousteau versus Donald Duck in customer service. In 3, 2, 1. Okay, so what you really need sometimes in customer service is someone to tell the customer that they're not necessarily right. Donald Duck would attempt to be very polite, but when pushed too far, Donald Duck knows his limits and is willing to tell the customer that this is the most terrible idea that he's ever heard and that they do not deserve an extra free cinnamon bun and that they should just get out of his face. And that's my time. Number 2. Ready?
Mm-hmm.
Go.
Jacques Cousteau is all about showing people the wonders of the world and exploration and discovery and helping people find new things. And that's, in customer service, you know that the customer is always right. And Jacques Cousteau would believe that and help people find and explore the best products that his store had to offer, clearly, because he knows
and that's time.
Business.
If worse comes to worse, Donald Duck could have Uncle Scrooge pay people off.
Ooh, that was good. That was good.
I'm not sure. I'm really not sure here. Poor Eric, he doesn't even have a chance here, says Nikki. Well, thank you so much. All right, let's go to the results over here. I mean, I realize it's close. It's quite close at the moment,
it is
anyway. Close. I don't know. We'll see here. I do think I had a bit of an uphill battle because Donald Duck is hard to understand, but Jacques Cousteau has his accent as well. It would take him a very long time to get a thought across. I understand that you are upset, but I would like you to think about our fine return policy. You know,
but then there would be seagulls in the background to soothe you.
If you just bring your receipt to the counter.
I don't like this. You've taken the lead by doing the voice of my character. That does not seem right.
This is very close. I'm going to give it 5 more seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Wow.
Donald Duck takes it.
Donald Duck takes it by 2 votes with 52% of the vote. So I get to keep that card. It's going to come down to round 5. That may have been, people knowing that it's going to be a 5-round game may have.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna look that gift horse in the mouth though, or gift duck in the mouth. All right, I'm going to grab that. Crystal, your final is Oprah Winfrey, television mogul. My final, copy that, is Pablo Picasso, Spanish Cubist artist. Sure, why not? Let me put that in the chat. And I will let you choose. Would you like to go first or second for the final round?
I would like to go first.
Okay.
This is before I know the topic, though, so who knows if I'll regret that.
You will be going first in circus tricks. In 3, 2, 1, go.
If there is one person who knows spectacle, it is Oprah gosh darn Winfrey, because her show ran for how many years? And her audience literally went bananas every single episode because she would give things to, what's our topic again?
Circus tricks.
Circus tricks. And so she would have performers come on and show people the best time of their lives.
And that's
and
time.
Oprah.
In 3, 2, 1, go. Having a good circus trick and a good circus act is all about misdirection and leading the audience on a small journey. Pablo Picasso was all about upending perspective and seeing things from a different location. He was all about sight lines. And so he would know when he was hiding something from the audience, presenting it to the audience, and putting on the best show possible with the proper perspective. That's why Picasso wins. That's time. Rebuttal.
Picasso is no Oprah Winfrey.
Well, I can't argue with that. I can't argue with that at all. Okay, let's look at some results.
Oh
no. No one has voted yet. Did the chat not go?
It looks like it was the wrong link. It looks like it was the link for question 4. So
All right, so let me grab this one. Copy that.
So now everybody gets to dwell and think.
Yep.
And then,
yeah. We'll try that one. See if that gets us where we need to go. Okay. Hopefully that works. The link is Cousteau versus Duck. Yep. All right. Is that there?
All right. That is the correct link.
That is the correct link. Now I can look at... there's results. They all just came flooding in. I don't know. It's relatively close again. It seems to be going back and forth.
Oh, goodness.
I don't know. I should give them just a little bit more time. This is the best when it comes down to the final round, I think.
That is pretty awesome, honestly.
All right. Things are starting to pull away. I'm going to give it another 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. It looks like Picasso's going to win it.
Picasso's taking it. Eric,
right.
You are the winner.
Woo-hoo! I am the victor of who would win. This is a game I've had in my collection for a long time. So long that the cards have all gotten a little wavy. I opened it up to play, and like you can look at the deck, and it's like they're all sort of warpy.
Yeah.
But that's okay. It's a fun party game to throw out and have some
this
arguments.
was fun. I'm glad you brought it out for us during our last episode.
Yeah. All right. What do you have for us next, Crystal?
All right, next up is another game that we actually have played on Dice Tower Tonight before. Interestingly enough, though, the last time we played it and I hosted it, I did not own a physical copy of the board game yet. I had played it with friends online and made my own version of it for us to play, but I eventually did buy Blank Slate from the Op because it's a really fun party game. So, for those of you who have not played Blank Slate before, we, as always, are going to be playing a slightly modified version of the game, since it'll be us and the chat all playing together. We're going to see who can score the highest, and in our modified rules, what's going to happen is let me grab a random card from the deck that is not one of the ones we're using. I'm going to show everyone, me, Eric, and the chat, nobody has to hide anything, a card that will either have a blank after a word or a blank before a word. And all we have to do, you all in chat and Eric and I, is fill in that blank with whatever we want. It can be the second half of a single word, or it can be another word to make a 2-word phrase. So it doesn't have to be 2 words at the end of the day. It can be a single word, 2 syllables. As long as the original word is still heard in the final answer, you're basically good to go. Yes, Corlu, Blank Slate is kind of similar to Just One, but it's competitive instead of cooperative, and the prompts are fill in the blanks. So, for instance, if you saw Jack here, you might write Jack Rabbit, or Jack O-Lantern, or something like that. And the way we're going to score these, chat. If you all, I'm basically letting you all be the scoring people, and we're going to determine who in the chat is the winner. If you match with either Eric or I, doesn't matter which one of us, you're going to get 3 points automatically. So this is different from the normal game. You're going to try and match Eric or I. Then, if you match not Eric or I, but one other person in the chat only, you're going to get 2 points. And if you match with multiple people in the chat, you're going to get 1 point. If you do not match with anyone, though, you're going to get 0. So the reason you all get 3 points for matching with Eric or I is it might incentivize you not to just look at what everyone else is typing and match them. Because, well, that might get you a point, but if you match Eric or I, you could get 3. So, and then we're going to see who in chat scores the highest after we play 6 rounds.
Okay.
So, Eric, you've got something to write on?
I got something to write on.
Okay, so our first word, golden blank. Golden blank. So you all are going to fill in that blank, as are Eric and I.
I've locked in.
Okay, hold on. My marker's stuck. Okay, here we go.
And I'm trying to write something before I look at chat. But we have the advantage of the delay helping us out.
I know, right? Yeah, I think we're fine generally. So you and I both have our answers written down. Things are coming in from the chat. I will kind of just let that, as soon as I don't see answers coming in quickly, and Eric, the chat, you all are going to have to scroll through everything on your own, because it looks like we have a lot of you in chat today, which is pretty awesome, but it might make it difficult to figure out how many points you score. We'll just trust you all to kind of, figure it out.
It's like waiting for the microwave popcorn. You have to wait until the pops slow down to 1 to 2 seconds.
Oh yeah, that's true. But you can't wait too long, because then some of them get burnt, and that's not fun.
I don't know if I've seen mine go by yet. Uh-oh.
I don't think I guess, I think we're about ready to, I don't think I see mine either. Eric, let's go ahead and show our answers. What did you write down?
I wrote down golden ticket.
Ooh, nice. I wrote down golden doodle.
Oh, wow. Okay.
It's a type of dog.
I don't know if anybody said that.
Let's see. Did anybody say either of ours? So guess what,
chat?
Wait,
I see a doodle. William said doodle.
There's a doodle? Who said doodle?
William Barnes said doodle.
William Barnes gets 3 points. That's awesome. Timon said retriever. That was also on my mind. Y'all are smart with the dog stuff, basically. That's a good guess for me. If there's a dog-related answer. Oh yeah, William Barnes did say doodle. Nice! A golden doodle is a golden retriever mixed with a poodle. That is what a golden doodle is.
But then where does the D come from? Golden?
Yes, I think so. I don't know.
Okay.
Otherwise, it would just be called golden poodle, and I think that's just weird. I don't know. You're asking too many questions, Eric.
I'm sorry. I apologize.
All right.
Next word.
Clue number 2. Score yourself, chat. Our next one is blank free. Blank free. Oh, I know what I'm writing down for this one.
I'm locked in. You're really wrestling with that marker, Crystal.
This marker does not want to open. I don't think I've played this game in person yet since I bought it, because pandemic and everything. But the lid does not want to come off. But I keep putting it back on because I don't want it to dry out. All right, chat's putting in all their answers. I am keeping an eye to see if I see mine. I'm not going to say anything yet since people are still guessing.
Mm-hmm. I did see someone say mine.
Okay. I don't think I've seen mine. I'm looking. Somebody will have to tell me if I'm wrong, but so far, I don't think I see mine.
I think that's a good one, Noah. Not mine. Not the one I chose.
All right, it seems as though the answers have slowed down quite a bit, Eric, so I'll show you mine first this time, and somebody did say it right toward the end. Dallas Edwards, you're getting 3 points because I did write down Ski Free, the 90s computer game with the Yeti that would chase you down a mountain as you were skiing down.
What?
It's the name of a game.
Never heard of this.
You never played Ski Free on a computer?
No.
You were skiing down a mountain and there was a terrifying Yeti that would eventually chase after you and destroy you.
That sounds terrifying. No, I was busy hunting the Wumpus and playing King's Quest IV: The Perils of Rosella.
Well, Ski Free was literally one of the built-in Windows games. It wasn't even a thing you bought. It was a cheap game. But so yeah, Dallas gets 3 points. Eric, what did you write down?
I said sugar-free, of course, because that's always the phrase I'm looking for, as my zero sugar Coke has.
And you saw some sugar in the chat earlier?
I believe Corlu said it, but I think it came by at least more than once.
Okay, so anybody who did say sugar will get 3 points. The rest of you, scroll through the answers and see how many points you score. 2 points if you match with only one other person. 1 point if you match with multiple people.
Cool.
All right, next up, We have egg blank. Egg blank.
Sure, I've locked that in.
Okay, I have locked mine in as well.
King's Quest.
Todd Donaldson said Eric got some sugar.
Yes. Oh, that's a good one. No one said mine, though.
I don't think I've seen... This is called Blank Slate, DJ Dan. I'll hold up the box again. It's from the Op. It's a really fun party game because, again, similar to Just One, you are trying not to match too many people generally. You only want to match one person, ideally.
Oh, Noah, that's a good one. But I didn't say it.
What did Noah come up with?
McMuffin.
Ooh, that is a good one. All right. It seems as though the answers have slowed down. So, Eric, what do you got for us this time?
I said egg drop.
Okay.
Which I was thinking of like the physics experiment activity and stuff, but nope, I don't think anybody said that.
Well, apparently Dallas Edwards knows me very well, and it seems Dilly also knows me, and I don't know if there was anyone else that I missed, but I wrote down timer. Egg timer. Nice. So, Dallas, I don't know who you are, but clearly you're inside my head, and that freaks me out a little. All right. Erasing that one. Moving on to number 4 out of 6. We're going to blank clock. Blank clock.
And it has to be one word or an addition to this?
Generally, yes. It can be, it doesn't have to be a complete word if you're adding a second syllable to a single word. But so the total thing at the end can be one word between what's on the card and what you write, as long as they're different syllables. Like you couldn't write, oh, well, actually you probably could write. Yeah. I'm not going to write that, but let's see. Hold on. What do I want to write down?
I can't think of anything other than that.
I'm trying to think of something good, and I'm actually struggling. This one's harder.
Yeah, and I looked at chat, and that's another really good one that I saw go by.
I'm going to write something that I'm pretty sure no one will put down. I'll even say out loud, for anyone who hasn't put a word in yet, it is one of my favorite landmarks that I've ever visited in the world. So I'm giving a clue there.
Wow.
Most people will not be aware of it, though. So that's why I can probably give that clue safely, because most people have not heard of this thing. I'll find... should find a picture of it.
I wanted to say more than one word. Oh,
yeah.
See, chat has all sorts of wonderful things. Back to the Future clock, says Gator Dave. I think that's too many words. See, I wanted to say watch the, but that wasn't allowed. So I just locked in O.
Okay. You just went with O clock?
Just went with O clock.
All right, well, I'm guessing nobody's going to write this one down, but I wrote astrological.
Okay.
Astrological clock. Ooh, Hawkskull, right as I was putting it up to the chat, so I know he couldn't have seen it yet. He said astronomical. I believe I have it right. Oh, no, it is astronomical. I wrote the wrong word. Hawkskull got it right. I had the name wrong. It's in Prague, technically. But Hawkskull, you should get credit for that. I wrote down the wrong word. Here. I found the Wikipedia link in case anybody wants to see it. It's one of the coolest things I've ever seen. I love it. But it's in Prague.
All right.
And I wrote down the wrong word, so I get no points for sure. I mean, we're not getting points anyway, but... All right. 2 more.
Okay.
Next up is just blank.
Oh, come on.
I mean, but the thing is, do you want to make it easy for people to get 3 points, Eric?
No.
That's up to you. Just blank.
Well, I'm locked in, and I saw my second choice go by already as well.
What was that noise? What just happened?
Sorry, I saw Garrett's answer, which is in Timberlake.
Oh, Gareth, you are the best.
And also Jimmy Smith saying in Bailey, which is a real obscure Metroid reference.
Oh, nice. Did I just say nice with a T at the end of it?
Nice.
Oh, good. My brain is already shut down. That means we're doing just great. Perfect. Well, I saw my answer go by multiple times. From Kabuki, Timon, Hannah, Hornist, and I think that's it. Just Just
nice.
That is what I went with.
I said just desserts.
Ooh, very nice. Looks like Barry nailed that. Let me see. And also Kirk, Joe, Nikki, scrolling up, Gator Dave. Looks like we got a lot of 3-point winners that time. Very nice, everyone. All right, last one. Blank B. Blank B.
Got it. I'm locked in. Oh, that's a good one. Those are all good.
I'm not gonna look because I'm still thinking.
I just saw mine go by.
Okay, I'm gonna write down that one. All right.
Yep, I've only seen it go by once.
Ooh, people have put some good ones in here.
Yeah, but
it is funny. Sometimes in this game, your brain can't come up with much, and then you see everybody else's answers, and you're like, "Oh yeah, there were lots of options here, and my brain just wasn't coming up with them."
Joe put a word after B.
Oh,
B. Arthur.
Ah, that's funny. I like the joke, Joe. That's a good one.
Okay. Todd's answers keep showing up 3 times in chat, which is interesting.
Maybe YouTube's glitching. All right. For this one, Eric, I wrote down worker B.
Nice.
And it looks like we had at least a couple of matches with that one. I'm going to scroll back up real quick. A Hemi 520, Board Game Dads. Might just be the 2 of those. I'm still scrolling. I think that's it. But if anybody else put worker, 3 points for you. Eric, what'd you write down?
Peter is the only one that I saw have mine. That was Samantha B.
Ooh, very nice.
Comedian host.
She's very funny.
Yes.
All right. So, chat.
Throw up your scores and see who has the most points.
So in 6 rounds, technically the most points possible would be 18. I don't believe anyone hit that number from what we saw. Gator Dave, I said I somehow got -6 points. Ooh, Hannah got 10. Very nice.
10 points seems pretty good.
That does seem good.
0.
Okay, well, Uncle Graham says, I forgot to keep score. David M. says 42. That seems completely legit.
9 points.
Lots of people
I think
close.
10 might be our winner.
Hornet says somewhere between 7 and 25. Yeah, okay, sure. All right, well, Hannah, we're going to declare you our unofficial official winner of Blank Slate.
Yes, indeed. All right, well, it's time to move on to our next game, which I'm going to need to move to screen share mode and hit this here button, which hopefully should hide everything that, hey, look, I can still see some things. Good. All right, we're going to play Malarkey. If you've been following us on social media, I've been posting for people to help along with this. Malarkey is a game where you try and fool either Crystal or the chat into the answers that people have come up with. I made a geek list with some of the questions that I wanted to possibly use in this game, and folks submitted their answers to those questions. Yep, looks like I'm full screen looking at what the stream looks like. So what I am going to do is post more straw polls into the chat. And chat, you are going to guess what you think is the correct answer. Crystal is going to guess what she thinks is the correct answer. And if anybody gets fooled, they're going to earn some geek gold. It's all very, very straightforward. Let's just move right into it. Here's the first straw poll, and we're going to move along to question number 1. Why does hobnob mean to mingle? A. Hobnob goes back to Middle English and literally means to have and have not. The expression originally referred to... Actually, I can't read because I have too many windows in the way. Referred to the practice of alternating buying and then receiving rounds of drinks. B, which I'm now no longer highlighting. There we go. In the Middle Ages, most people wanted to associate with the nobles, and the term noble got shortened to nob, and the word became hobnob to be catchy. C, tinkerers used to go around collecting odds and ends, hobs and knobs, and throw them in sacks slung over their shoulders. Everything in the sack would mingle together and become well acquainted. D, as boots were often fashioned with so-called hobnails, to hobnob referred to walking around and visiting with a lot of people, wearing out your boots' nails. Or E, a hobnob was a popular Victorian drink served at social gatherings. It was made from gin and hobsberries. So one of those is correct. The other 4 were submitted by folks entering their answers into the geek list. So I'm going to take whoever gets the most answers from the chat and whichever Crystal thinks is the correct answer.
Okay, so first off, we've played this game before a few times, and I will say the thing that I always say when we play this game, which is, y'all are too dang clever. Because many of these sound completely believable to me, and if you told me that they were the correct answer, I'd believe you. It's funny, you'd think my literary knowledge would help me here, my love of etymology, but I've never actually looked up the etymology of hobnob. But even it's appealing to my interests. So chat is putting answers in the chat, but they can click through to the straw poll to vote officially. That's correct, right?
Yes.
Okay.
They should be able
so
to.
For those of you who want to answer officially, make sure you click through to that straw poll that Eric posted to vote. And I am trying to kind of delay a little bit to make sure you all have time to vote without me influencing what you think. But even though I don't see it much in the chat, I think it's A. I think that really sounds believable. And somebody knows that I love etymology and probably wrote it just for me, but I'm still going to go with A.
Okay, so you've locked in A. Chat does not agree with you. Only 5 people said A. 17 people, which is 40%, said D, which is the boots with the hobnails. So let's see which one of you is right, if anybody. The answer is A.
Ooh.
Crystal gets the correct answer, but somebody fooled chat, and let me bring up my little document here to tell you who that is. That is... Alexander came up with the answer about the walking around with hobnails. So Alexander's going to get some points. Next up. Why do pet rodents drink water out of bottles instead of... What is that? I have all these things in the way. Dishes or bowls? Is it A, rodents perceive suction drinking as from a nipple as safe? B, small rodents can drown in even minuscule amounts of water, which requires either bottles or moving water? C, in the wild, rodents get much of their necessary water from licking the dew of leaves and blades of grass. Water bottles simulate this source. D, rodents are pretentious and refuse to drink anything other than bottled natural spring water. Luckily, they're easily tricked into thinking anything from a bottle is natural spring water. E, rodents are capable of drinking out of bowls, but most pet owners choose to use bottles for sanitary reasons. And I forgot to put the poll in the chat, so there's a little bit of a delay. And there you go, chat.
Huh. Okay. I mean, first off, props to whoever wrote D, just because it's very funny. I'm not going to vote for it, but that's I like it a lot.
Yep.
And I know it's not just rodents. Like, a lot of small domesticated creatures drink from bottles instead of bowls. I think I'm gonna go with C. I think because it's always the bottle with the little ball at the end that they're just like getting little bits from by licking it, and so that seems reasonable to me. So I'm going with C, Eric.
C, you are locking in. I'm going to give chat just another couple of seconds to solidify because I was a little late. But it looks like a clear winner is pulling ahead, and for chat, that is E. They say rodents are capable of drinking out of bowls, but most pet owners choose to use bottles for sanitary reasons. So we've locked those in. Let's say the answer is E. Chat wins this one.
Okay.
So I actually should have circled that and not that. You are currently tied.
So who got some geek gold for my wrong guess?
Exactly. So you said C was the answer.
I did.
It was sort of a dual answer. Kirka and Ben both came up with generally that same idea. So they're both going to get some points there. Okay, now I'm actually going to get poll number 3 ready to go before we move on here and post there. So, another etymology question. I do that every time I try and talk to you about this.
You're not the only one. A lot of people do.
Why is something clean and trim referred to as spick and span? A. Spick and Span were the mascots for Fairy Liquid, a cleaning brand introduced in the 1950s, with print ads featuring 2 fairies that would magically clean your kitchen. B. Spick and Span originally meant a new ship where the nails, spicks, were shiny and wood, spans, were new. C. Spick is a shortened form of perspicacious, meaning to have astute perception, and span refers to measuring something. It is a reference to a mother-in-law's sharp-eyed inspections and means that something is so clean it would measure up to the most intense scrutiny. D. Spick was slang for spitting, and span was slang for wiping, also known as a spit shine. Or E. Spick is in reference to using materials and hard physical effort causing sweat across a span or defined area. So the kitchen is spick and span.
Wow. First off, I'm trying to gather my thoughts here, also to not influence the chat, because I do know that when I start saying my opinions very quickly, they tend to guess the same as I do.
Yep.
These are some really good answers, and almost I think any of them would probably be good, but I want to give props to whoever wrote, and I'm going to say someone wrote answer number C. It is too good. It is So good, in fact, that I refuse to believe that it is the correct answer. And I
That's the
see some C's popping up
one?
in the chat. Yeah, that one is amazing. And I have been fooled by answers like that too many times in the past. And I refuse to choose it. I am actually going to go with D, Eric. It's simple, and it reads well to me. I'm going to go with D.
D, the Spitshine.
Spitshine.
All right. Giving it just a second more, but it looks like the clear winner in chat is B, referring to a ship, with about 38% of the vote. So let's see. The answer is B.
Ooh, good job, chat.
Chat wins that one. Let's see who fooled you. D was Ryan, came up with the Spitshine, and C is from Coraloo, who I've seen in chat tonight.
Yeah, Coraloo, I loved your answer, for the record, like truly, but it was just too good.
Perspicacious. All right, let's grab number 4. So chat is ahead 2-1 at the moment. I'm going to post this over here, and boom, boom. On to the next question. Why are potato chips usually placed above the candy and gum in vending machines? A. Chips are lighter, so they withstand the fall better. B. Salt is perceptively more hunger-inducing than sugar, placed at eye level to get the customer's attention and craving. C. Chips make a bigger profit than candy or gum. The vendors place the chips at eye level to maximize how many are sold. D. This is to prevent the heavier candy items from colliding with the chip bags when they fall. This prevents damage to the chips. Additionally, prevents a heavier item from dislodging the lighter chip bags and preventing lost revenues. Or E. Since chips are lighter than candy, placing chips at the top and candy at the bottom keeps the vending machine from becoming top-heavy, which makes the vending machine less likely to tip over.
Wow.
Wow, indeed.
I mean, because if you had just asked me this question, I would have guessed A off the bat, something along the lines of A, that like they could fall better generally. Mm-hmm. But now I'm questioning everything I've ever known.
Okay.
So, oh gosh. Because if it was that simple, why would this be in the game?
Yeah.
Like, if it was just that simple, they're all great, and A seems the most realistic to me, but I'm not going to guess A because that's boring. I'm going to go with B. I'm going to go with B to get the customer's attention, even though I don't necessarily believe that to be true, but I work in marketing, and it would not surprise me if something like that did end up being true.
Sure. There are 2 top answers at the moment that are sort of going back and forth, but it looks like D is solidifying as chat's answer. This is to prevent the heavier candy items from colliding with the chip bags when they fall. So I'm going to lock that in as chat's answer. Let's look at what the answer is. It's C. Chips make a bigger profit, so they put them where everybody can see them. So both answers were foolers, and that's going to be B was Ryan, about salt being more hunger-inducing, which was actually very close to the correct answer, but not about profit, so therefore it wasn't the right thing. And D was Ben, about the things colliding, but there were a lot of very similar answers in the thread about things colliding with other things.
All right, well, I think Ryan has fooled me twice now.
Indeed. Okay, so we're up to question 5, I gotta grab the whole thing. Not just a little bit of the... There we go. Copy that. Paste that. And there is the question 5. So, why is a quarterback called a quarterback? Is it A, the position was originally called the quartermaster, the one responsible for supplying vital goods, but this was shortened by early announcers. B. Originally, the teams had only 5 players, with the designated thrower being effectively separated from the first 4. Thus, there are 4 back, which was referred to as a quarter, then back. C. The winner of the annual Harvard versus Yale rivalry game receives Washington's quarter, a wooden quarter once owned by George Washington as a trophy. In 1913, a Yale defender famously yelled, "I'm getting that quarter back," before making the game-winning tackle of Harvard's ball carrier. Ever since, the person receiving the snap has been known as the quarterback. D, because he is 1/4 the distance behind the line as the fullback. Or E, a football game is often won or lost during the final quarter. The player that is usually in the best position to turn around a losing score is known as the one who can win the quarter back.
Ooh, dang, y'all are so creative.
Noah says I'm voting C for funny points.
I mean, I really do like C also. I'm not choosing it, though. Man. I really like the cleverness of E, but
yeah,
it feels like the name quarterback would have been established before this would have taken place. I think it's D. It's simple, it's short. I think it's the one I'm going to go with.
Okay. Well, chat agrees with you. They have locked in D as well by a pretty significant margin, which I think bodes well for all of you because D is the correct answer.
Okay.
That was one, once you know enough sports, I guess that's something that you're going to know.
I mean, it logically made sense even though I didn't know it. Like, if a fullback is the full distance back, and if he's 1/4 of the distance, he'd be a quarterback. Like, that makes sense.
Sure. It's funny because this number question, the last time you played this was also a sports question.
Ha.
All right, question 6. Why are the edges on the long side of lasagna usually crimped? A. Lasagna noodles are made by conveying dough between 2 tightly pressed rollers which flatten it to the specified thickness. Excess dough is pushed out to the sides where it forms natural waves to relieve the pressure. Since the dough would be ruined if re-rolled, these edges are left on as a decorative bonus. B. The curls on the edges help retain the sauce and the filling between layers of the lasagna. C. The rolling hills of the wheat fields in the Tuscany region of Italy are known as lassa. So this type of pasta was named lasagna due to the wavy edges resembling these hills. D. Because the pasta isn't measured out precisely, so it gets folded differently to fit into the dish. Or E. It's purely decorative, designed to bring to mind folds of cloth.
Oh, man. I thought I had an answer, like, because that last one, that seems... I mean... A cannot be the correct answer because all pasta is rolled in rollers, like when it's homemade. And it doesn't usually spurt out the edges of the rollers. So I can't be A. A lot of pasta, like, there's decorative elements and functional elements. Like, specific types of pasta are genuinely manufactured to do different things, like retain sauces better or pair with other things in the pasta dish. So like both B and E read possibilities to me as I think it's between B and E for me.
Noah says F because it's delicious.
You know what, Noah, that's a good answer. Any pasta, I don't care what shape, it'll be tasty. I'm gonna go with E. I'm going to say that in lasagna's case, it is purely decorative and not functional, although I'll probably be wrong.
All right. Well, E is a popular answer along the chat as well, but slightly less popular than the number 1, which is B, that it holds the sauce in. So you've separated. Let's see if one of you managed to get it right. The answer is B. It helps hold the sauce in. It was very close. As I was naming the answer, one more person voted for E, but still slight victory for chat on that one. So I'm going to give them the point.
That's chat 3, me only 1 so far.
It's chat 4. You both got the quarterback right.
Oh,
so it's
okay,
it's
so
4-2.
Okay.
2 more questions remain. Let's bring up this next poll. Copy that. And paste that. All right. Why does put up your dukes mean to prepare to fight? A. The Duke of York was a boxer. Boxers then called their fists Dukes of York. This was shortened to dukes. B. English peerage acted as sponsors to boxers. Their fighters were associated with them, so it originally meant to prepare their fighters. But if you were poor, your dukes are just your 2 hands. C. The English title duke comes from the Latin duc, D-U-X, meaning leader, a military commander without rank. They were only assembled in times of war. After the Romans left Britain, this military custom of wartime leaders was adopted by the British Celts. D. When English lords could not settle disputes peacefully, they would send their dukes to have a duel or put up their dukes. This eventually became a general term for settling disputes by fighting. Or E. It is a reference to the famous Marquis of Queensberry, a well-known expert on boxing technique, who was, of course, also a duke.
Of course. Oh, man. Okay. Initial inclinations here. Whew. I think I know what answer I want to guess.
Okay.
But y'all know I like words. So like when I read C, it's appealing. But I feel like it's too convoluted. It's doing that thing there where it's just a little too much. It's just a little too much. B and D are the other 2 that I'm really debating between. I'm giving chat a chance to get their votes in.
Sure.
But I think I really, really like D. I'm going to go with D.
Okay, you've locked D in, and D is also the strong leader amongst what chat is voting for. So you are both saying D is the correct answer. And so the answer is A.
Whoa!
A
Okay.
is the correct answer. About the Duke of York. Let's see who gave D in that question. Let's see. That's the lasagna one. D was Chad, about the English lords sending their dukes in to have a duel.
Nice. Well, the well-written Chad got me and the chat.
No points on that one. Just one more question to go. Let me grab the poll. And, yep, there's that. I need that. Oh, there's a nice little copy button on the straw poll. That makes it a whole lot easier.
Oh, there sure is, Eric.
I just noticed.
On our last straw poll ever of Dice Tower Tonight, you noticed the copy
That's
button.
the one. Okay. Well, I used it as I was preparing the questions. I just forgot it was there. All right. What exactly is the McDonald's character, the Grimace, supposed to be? A. Grimace was a knockoff of a Jim Henson character from the 60s that was used to sell coffee. McDonald's saw how kids responded and decided and designed him to act as Ronald's sidekick against the Hamburglar. B. McDonald's originally sold grape popsicles. C. The Grimace character was originally a pink tongue, meant to signify how tasty McDonald's food is, but because making a grimace and sticking out your tongue is considered rude, he was changed to purple and reshaped to be less recognizable. His name is a tongue-in-cheek clue to his origin. D. The forced smile parents gave when their kids asked for McDonald's hamburgers was colloquially known as the McDonald's Grimace. In an effort to flip this negative branding to a positive, McDonald's developed a cute cartoony character that kids would like and named it Grimace. Or E. Nothing in particular, he's just a big fuzzy purple pal of Ronald's.
Oh man, I have no idea. I was like, maybe one of these will ring a bell once Eric reads them, but unfortunately, where's my phone a friend? I need to call Chris Michaud because I'm pretty sure he knows.
Chris probably would know.
He's a fan of all things McDonald's.
Yep.
Even Flip Flory might know this one. I unfortunately do not. I don't think McDonald's sold grape popsicles, so I don't think I'm going with B. I know a little more about the history of McDonald's and its food, so I feel like I can limit that out. Man, McDonald's does have a track record of doing really interesting things marketing-wise. If y'all do not know the story behind the big red couch commercial, the like biggest flop in McDonald's TV commercial history that came out in the early 2000s, there's an interesting podcast about that, the song that was in that commercial.
Okay.
And like the podcast host literally went up the chain of all of the executives who worked at this particular ad agency when that commercial was developed to find out who was to blame. And it was very amusing to find out who was responsible for the big red couch. I'm going to say the grimace is nothing in particular. I'm going with E.
You're going to say E. Chat also agrees with you. They're saying he's just a big fuzzy purple pal. There was...
Okay, well, here, hold on. Since there's no way I can win anyway. I don't want to guess the same as chat.
Oh, okay.
So I will go with A as my answer instead.
Okay. Well, let's bring up the correct answer, which
it's
is
probably
E.
Yeah.
It's nothing. There was a rumor that Grimace was a taste bud, but that was just like a manager at some McDonald's. I went and searched like where that rumor came from. It was just a manager at McDonald's that seemed to voice the rumor, but according to anything official, he's just a purple guy. He was originally a villain. He was the evil Grimace, but then they decided
Grimace
to rebrand him into something else.
I guess technically then he did become Ronald's taste bud at the end of the day.
So chat definitely wins this final round of
Malarkey.
Of Malarkey. I should let us know who kind of fooled you. A was Christopher,
nice.
the knockoff of the Jim Henson character. But and the one a few people really liked Coralu's answer, which was C, about the tongue-in-cheek, the pink tongue answer.
Yeah, Coralu's answers throughout were all super great.
But chat
Very
definitely
creative.
wins this one 5-2.
Good job, chat. Excellent work.
Well done. Well done. So that's
all right.
Malarkey.
That's game 4 out of 5. We have one game remaining, chat.
Just one game left?
Just one game remaining. That is our perennial favorite, the game that Eric and I come back to time after time because you all love it, we love it too, and that is Just One. I even got my box out, so you all probably are infinitely familiar with this game at this point, published by Repos Productions. And it is a cooperative game where there is a single word that we are trying to get either Eric or myself to guess. And chat is going to provide the clues that will help us guess that word. And do you want to go with 6 or 7 clues? We've gone back and forth on this a couple of times. I like 7 generally. It makes it a little easier, but...
let's go with 7. Why not?
Okay. So what's going to happen is, I assume, Eric, you and I should probably not go back and forth because you're going to have to hide and unhide things a lot.
Let's have one of us go first. Why don't you give words first and then I'll give words second? So I'll break out my blindfold again, and I need to hide chat.
And I'll get my blindfold out when it's appropriate. But yeah, so what's going to happen is I am going to give you all one-word clues that you have to get Eric to guess. And you are then going to put single word clues into the chat in all capital letters that will help him guess that word. But and I will take the first 7 all caps words that show up in the chat, again, based on the order YouTube presents them to me. And if any of those words match, Eric will not get to hear them. So you all want to come up with things that are unique enough that nobody else will have written them down, but common enough that they'll help Eric guess the word in question. Eric is going to be dancing with his bunny ears. I'm going over to my document to grab my clues. So the first word is this. So this is the word you all are trying to get Eric to guess, everyone.
The sound effect goes.
This is the word. Wow. Meow.
That's my sign.
That was me taking it away. Yeah, but don't look at the delayed stuff because that'll still be on there in case you can see that.
It's
okay. All right, so let's see. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ooh, okay. Cool. I'm just going to grab my pen and make sure I get these correct. So those are going to get eliminated. Oh, nope, that one got eliminated as well.
Oh, no.
2 pairs already have been eliminated. So let me see. So that means 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You're going to get 3 words, Eric.
Okay.
2 of them got eliminated because they were matches.
Yep.
So your words are street, rider, and button. Street, rider, and button.
This one's easy, Crystal.
Ooh, look at you. I figured street and rider might push you somewhere in the wrong direction, but you're good, Eric.
Those were great clues. Really, really good.
Okay.
What were the ones that were off the board?
The ones that got eliminated were simple and peasy.
Peasy? I like it.
Yeah.
But no, easy button. That was a good one.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Let's see if all right. Wow.
What?
Pew.
Excellent. Yeah, easy. At first, street, I was like, oh, is it sesame? But no.
Okay. Well, technically, I believe the first 7 words that popped in were all unique.
All right.
I'm going to look real quick to make sure. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, they are all unique. Eric,
Okay.
You're going to get 7 words. Your words are, in the order I was given them by YouTube: clown, crazy, Hester, Eric, cray, ludicrous, and silly.
Could you run through those again?
Absolutely. Clown, crazy, Hester, Eric, cray, ludicrous, and silly.
Would that be weird?
Ooh, it is not weird, Eric. Would you like me to tell you what the word was? Or, you know what, actually, I'm not going to tell you what the word was. Because at the end of this, the 4 words are going to, we'll see what you can get without knowing what that was.
Okay.
We'll just move on.
I can't be perfect. All right.
All right, let's see. Next word. Okay. Wow. Everyone in chat is saying that was a tough one, Eric.
Oh,
so
good.
David M says, if we ever got weird as a word, the first 7 would all write Al. The word has gone away.
Yeah, that would be difficult. You have 0 words. It's weird.
Okay, let's see here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Ooh. With 2, technically one of the matches is not an exact match, but it is close enough that they are going to eliminate one another. And those are also going to get eliminated. So, but I think you might be okay.
Okay.
So let me just make sure. So those get eliminated, those get eliminated. So we've got that, and that. 3 words, Eric. You do better sometimes with less. So let's give you mind, vivid, and pure. Mind, vivid, and pure.
Mind, vivid, and pure.
It was funny because on my end, Skype froze your video for just a moment, and you had this look of bewilderment. Oh yeah, like it was just that. And I was like, dang, he's thinking real hard.
Mind, vivid, pure. Mind, image, vivid, image, pure, image, pure. There's a lot of ways this could go. Mind.
Let's see. Let's see if I add in an additional word. I'm gonna add in one more from right below the ones that we went with, and I don't know if this will help or not, but I'm gonna add in Jeffo's clue, wild. So we've got mind, vivid, pure, and wild.
No, I'm blanking on this one. Mind.
Everybody's like, this is also hard.
Imagine? No.
Could you
Imaginary?
Could you keep elaborating a little more syllables?
Imaginarium?
Wait, hold on. Okay, technically it's the same number of syllables, but not...
Imagery.
No, the second thing you said, same number of syllables. I know, we're going to get him there, Kabuki. We're working on it. So what's the second thing you said?
Imaginary.
Okay, same number of syllables. And you're so close. Wild, vivid.
Imagination.
Hey, there you go. All right. We got it. We're counting it.
Sure.
This is the last episode. I can cheat if I want to.
Whatever.
All right, my fourth and final word. All right, chat. See what you can do with this. Wow. Pew.
Imaginary. So easy and imagination. Okay.
The chat is coming up with some good ones for this one. Let me see what we all caps. First 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm a little sad that I don't get to include number 8, but that's okay. Number 8 was really good based on what YouTube showed me. I will tell you. So your clues are, Eric, you're getting all of them.
Okay.
Clear, light, vast, her, chandelier, palace, and laugh. Clear, light, vast, her, chandelier, palace, and laugh.
So, how could I not go with crystal on that one?
It's crystal!
Okay.
Okay, so let's see. The words that you got, Eric, of the 4, you got easy, then you missed number 2, and then you got imagination, and then you got crystal.
Easy, something, imagination, crystal.
Yeah. Chat, have you figured out how these 4 words... Because chat got to see all 4 of them. Something. And so they obviously will be able to put the pieces together potentially a little more easily, knowing what that last word was.
It's not weird, but it was something similar. Hester. That's the one that got me. Hester.
Up and read those clues again.
Oh, sure.
Okay. Oh, yes. The clue that you didn't get to see, that number 8 was dilithium. And someone did say Dax later on as well.
Yep.
Okay, so let's go back to round number 2, which God bless you, Gator Dave, for putting the round things in the chat. That helps a lot. So you got clown, crazy, Hester, Eric, cray, ludicrous, and silly.
I mean, it wouldn't have been crazy because it was cray. That wouldn't have been allowed.
And well, crazy, yeah, because crazy was in there too.
Wacky?
Nope. How about I give you a number of syllables? See if that helps.
Sure.
Because it's a hard one. It's 4 syllables.
Oh boy.
Yeah. Clown, crazy, Hester, Eric, cray, ludicrous, and silly.
Ridiculous.
You got it, Eric. All right, so if your 4 words in order were easy, ridiculous, imagination, and crystal.
Easy, ridiculous, and is it a single word theme, or am I just looking for a category here?
I mean, it's not really a theme thing. Easy, ridiculous, imagination, and crystal.
Well, when you say it like that.
The chat has obviously figured it out at this point.
Have they?
They have.
Easy, ridiculous.
Easy, ridiculous.
Oh, come on. Okay, yeah. Okay. I got it.
There it is. Gator Dave said it's coming.
I got it. It spells out the name George. I got it.
Yep, spells out George. Perfect. All right, Eric.
All right.
Now it's
flipping
my
the
turn.
tables here. So you've got to hide your chat. I got to start looking at my chat.
I am hiding the chat and the video, so that way I can't see anything. But I'm still going to use a blindfold because, well, we have our official Dice Tower tonight blindfold, so I might as well use it, right?
All right. Here we go. Whoa.
Man, your noises are so much better than mine.
It's mic technique.
Oh, okay.
Whoa.
I definitely do not have that.
All right, folks.
And I can't. I don't have the video up anyway on YouTube. I just have your Skype video. So
we'll also go for 7. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and it looks like they are all good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right. Your words are 1, fantasy, blood, rainbow, mythical, legendary, and last.
blood is throwing me off a little. Can you read those one more time just to be sure? I think I know it, but
1, fantasy, blood, rainbow, mythical, legendary, and last.
I mean, it has to be unicorn, right?
You are very much correct. It is unicorn.
Okay. Why blood?
I mean, there's a lot of legends talk about unicorn blood as being some sort of magical ingredient. I just did a book where like somebody had to do that. Anyway.
Okay, that's fair.
All right, so that was word number 1. Well done.
Yep.
Pegasus was a good clue that didn't get used, but it was a good one that flew by. Okay.
Okay.
Here we go. Number 2.
Ooh, that was a new one.
That is a new one.
Yeah, it's interesting. The word entering noise has stayed fairly consistent, but the word exiting noise has shifted over time, I feel.
You're right. It morphs. It morphs.
Yeah.
All right. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, there are some duplicates in this set, so yeah, I'm going to say, JoJo's answer is a misspelling, but when I add in... Yeah, I got that. So we lose one of those, and we lose another pair, unfortunately. So you're going to get 3 words.
Okay.
You're going to get... Actually, am I counting wrong? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5... Oh, yeah. The 6th and 7th are all the same as the first one. So you lose a bunch. You're only going to get 2 words.
Okay.
This is going to be very difficult. You get brother and act.
Brother and act.
Yep.
Just because you're the one that wrote these clues and chat's the one coming up, like, my initial inclination, this is not a formal guess, is to go to, like, Statler and Waldorf from the Muppets. But they're not brothers, are they? I don't actually know. I don't think they are. I think they're just friends. So then it's like Bert and Ernie, or, like, what would Eric, like, Unicorn is definitely in my wheelhouse. So what's something brother related that Eric would put as a clue for me? Now I'm just trying to meta this since I only have 2 words to go off of. Brother and act. Where everybody would have put down the same things.
Yep.
I'm just going to say Bert. I don't think it's correct.
That is incorrect. And actually I was a little confused by the order in which
they're not
things
brothers
came
either.
in.
Okay.
You shouldn't have heard act at all. So all you should have gotten is brother.
Oh.
But that's fine. There were a lot of lovely answers that didn't actually make it.
Well, I love it that I just deferred to Muppets that aren't even brothers. Like, just as a, like, I'm like, Eric came up with a clue. Maybe there's Muppets involved.
Right. So you didn't get that one. We're going to move on to word number 3.
Okay.
Oh. I was waiting for
I almost forgot! That was very close.
Womp womp.
Ooh, I liked that one.
That's
kind of sounded like a Pac-Man noise.
Yeah. That was a very difficult one to get with those clues. I will have to tell you what the 2 that got removed was, because that should help you. All right, so we've got 1, 2, 3. Unfortunately, Noah, you have to use a word. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7. Okay. And I think we're good. Okay.
Okay.
You get all 7 words. You get symbol, loud, wee, shout, interrobang, zoinks, and point.
Exclamation.
Exclamation is correct.
I love whoever wrote down interrobang. New favorite person right there. That's my favorite piece of punctuation.
Kabuki wrote interrobang.
Kabuki, I knew you got me. I was like, ooh, interrobang.
Noah just wrote a bunch of exclamation points, which credit. Okay. All right, last one. Blindfold up.
Yep.
Yep, Hawkskull also said interrobang. It just didn't make it into that first 7. All right, so I've got 1, I've got 2, I've got 3, I've got 4, I've got 5, I've got 6, I've got 7. And there are some duplicates. 1 pair. So you lose 2 words. You'll get 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we should be good there. You get ship, federation, directive, officer, and academy.
I mean, I know the realm we're in, for the record. I'm not clueless. But which specific word? I'm going to have you repeat those one more time.
Ship, Federation, Directive, Officer, Academy.
Oh, man. Is it Starfleet or is it Enterprise? It's one of those two. Because Academy leans me to Starfleet. Ship leans me to Enterprise. Oh, no. I can't get the Star Trek one wrong, Eric. Oh, shoot. Oh, shoot. Oh, shoot.
Would it help if I told you that your other choice is the
Is
set
the
that
word
got eliminated?
Oh, no. Okay. So, I'm going to go with Enterprise. No! I got it wrong. Dang it.
So the
Starfleet.
one you missed, those were all really good clues. Enterprise was the one that got eliminated.
Yep.
And the one you missed, we had Brother, and that was essentially all you weren't allowed to see. None was the one that got eliminated, and Twisted was the other one that got eliminated.
None as in N-U-N or N-O?
N-U-N. Twisted and
Twisted,
None were the ones that got
None.
eliminated. Brother, and what was the other one I gave you? It was Act.
Oh, Sister.
Sister is right.
Okay.
This is more of a loose conglomeration of words for you, Crystal.
Yeah. I like it, though.
So we had Unicorn, Sister, Exclamation, and Starfleet. All words to describe.
Yeah. I like it. That was pretty great.
And that is our game of Just One.
That is our last game of Just One, and our last game ever here on Dice Tower tonight. We know that we ran very, very long tonight, but that was always kind of the plan.
Yes.
I will say, if anyone has any questions that they would like to ask Eric or myself, this is kind of your last chance, at least in this context. So what I'm going to say is, if you all have questions for us, please feel free to drop them in the chat. And while you do that, Eric, I'm going to let you go first. Why don't you tell the chat what you are currently up to content-wise, both in the board game space and otherwise. If people really love you and they want to hear or see more from you, where can they do that going forward?
Indeed. Well, I am still producing stuff for the Dice Tower. The latest program, which is a live chat show, is called At the Table with Tom and Eric. We're doing that every 2 weeks on a Monday afternoon. We had our latest episode, which just happened this Monday, talking with Jerry Hawthorne. That will be an audio podcast coming up in the next couple of days if you're on the feed to listen to it in audio. Really enjoying that. Have lots of great guests lined up. So At the Table with Tom and Eric is a lot of fun. I should be producing some video reviews very, very soon. I keep promising it, but that should be a review anthology series, clustering a few short reviews together. I'm calling it Summerer Time. With a bunch of 3-minute reviews put together on some sort of topic that should be getting going very, very soon. And, of course, my primary job is as an audiobook narrator. Head to audible.com and search for Eric Michael Summerer. That's my professional name. And you can find all sorts of different books, including some Dungeons & Dragons and some Pathfinder, and lots of lit RPG type books are a lot of the things I'm doing these days. So check those out. How about you, Crystal?
So, while this will be the last bit of content that I do for the Dice Tower, I do have a lot of other board game content that I work on. Most notably, my podcast that has been running for nearly 6 years now, called Board Game Blitz. It is a 30-minute or less podcast where we touch on a specific topic and review games every episode. You would think that we can't get into many in-depth conversations in a 30-minute podcast, but truly, Ambi and I have had some really great conversations on that show, and we will be celebrating our 6th anniversary next month. We were the very first all-women hosted board game podcast when we launched in 2016, math. And It's been really awesome to get to collaborate with Ambi for so many years. We eventually also started a Twitch channel, which has been running now for 5 years, and we stream every week on our Twitch channel. And I know a lot of people that watch videos here on YouTube, some people are just like, Twitch is not my thing, I don't do video games, I don't do whatever, but truly, if you all haven't given Twitch a chance, I would just ask that maybe at some point you do. I stream every Tuesday evening on our Twitch channel. It's twitch.tv/boardgameblitz. And what I do every Tuesday is I host community board game night. It's become really important to me to create a welcome and inclusive community in the online digital space for board games. And so I invite people into the Board Game Blitz Discord. We voice chat and play board games online on Board Game Arena every Tuesday evening, and anyone is welcome to join us. I usually start around 6 or 6:30 p.m. Pacific, same time the Dice Tower Tonight would typically start. And anyone is welcome to come and play games or just watch us play games on the stream. If you don't have a regular game group that you can meet with, I've had a lot of people say that they've really enjoyed the camaraderie and the friendships that have formed from our little game group, and we are very welcoming to new people. If we have an inside joke, we will explain it to you right away because we want you in on the fun. We also, Ambi and I are part of the Tabletop Live Network, which is a group of board game Twitch streamers who are dedicated to inclusion and diversity in board game content, and we do a 24-hour long marathon every single month, which involves 12 different streaming channels streaming for 2 hours each back to back. That's on the last Saturday and Sunday of every month from noon Pacific to noon Pacific. And this month, Ambi and I are actually going to be streaming Last Light from Dice Tower's own Roy Cannaday with Roy. Our stream this month is going to be on Saturday, April 30th at 8 p.m. Pacific. So it'll be a little bit late for those of you on the East Coast. But obviously, y'all love Roy, I'm sure, and his game, and it's doing great on GameFound. So if you want to see Ambi and I play it with Roy, come join us for that. What else do I do? I don't know. I'm on Twitter a lot. But yeah, y'all come hang out with me on Twitch. Head over to the Board Game Blitz YouTube channel. Ambi's putting up a lot of cool content about kids games there, song parodies, all of that jazz. And I will drop, you know what is easier? I will drop my Linktree link. If anybody wants links to any of the things I've talked about, this will be the easiest way to get to any of those, is I'm just going to put the link in the chat. That will have links to all of my things. So just save that. That's the easiest way to find anything that I've got going on.
Sweet, sweet. I mean, it has been, as we've said, a joy getting to know you. I was a listener to Board Game Blitz before I met you in person, Crystal, and then finally got to meet you, I think, at a con first. Was that where we first got to see each other? I think
so.
And then, beginning this sort of haphazard working relationship that we didn't know was going to happen, and then became this wonderful partnership over these many years. It has been nothing short of a delight and a joy to get to hang out with you every couple of weeks. And even when things have been a little off-kilter and wacky and not going well in other aspects of life, this has been a wonderful oasis to get to hang out with you and chat, because seeing folks come back episode after episode has been wonderful as well, and getting to hang out with you. So it's just been a joy from beginning to end, getting to do this show with you.
I echo those sentiments very much. And it really, I think it speaks to how similar you and I are in that, like, once I joined the show formally, it didn't take that long for Tom to just be like, you know what, you all just, you guys, because we were just giving him grief and making him roll his eyes constantly. And that was kind of our goal, I think, for a while there, was how many times can we get Tom to roll his eyes because of our Weird Al references or whatever else, and really, since you and I took over the show, it has just, I think, gotten better and better and better, and just been more fun. And as you said, it's something that I've always looked forward to. I don't make board game content unless I love it and am passionate about it. I don't make content for the sake of making content. Anything I make is a thing that I enjoy, and this is always a delight. I never feel burdened by having to prep for one of these shows, even if I do forget to do it sometimes till slightly at the last minute, just because of, schedules and whatnot. But I know that I always have had a great partner and collaborator in you. And yeah, we've been through some rough stuff, especially the past couple of years with me getting divorced, both of us having to move, the pandemic as a whole. There's been a lot of nonsense that's been happening. And yeah, this has been a nice anchor amidst the storms, so to speak.
Let's finish with a silly question. I forget who said it because it flew by in the chat, but favorite Weird Al music video?
Oh, dang. Off the top of my head, and it seems too obvious because of my interests, but Word Crimes cracks me up. Like, I'm not really that big of a fan of the Robin Thicke original video, but the animated version with all of the punctuation awkwardly dancing. Oh, no, it has to be, oh my gosh, what's it called? The one, same album, with the marker board, the one about all the business terms, where it's like the whiteboard style.
The mission statement.
Mission statement.
Yeah.
That music video is also really good. Bob is great because it's just him standing there with the signs, with all the palindromes, like, I mean, when he recreates Michael Jackson in the actual place that Michael Jackson like, there's too many good ones. This is a bad question. I like them all. Oh yeah, Amish Paradise is so good too. Y'all, but White and Nerdy, they're all good. They're all good.
I was gonna go with Word Crimes, but since you bounced off of it, I guess I'll take it. I'll take Word Crimes.
Okay.
That one's just so good with all the logos and the graphic design, and it's just so solid. Really, really good.
Absolutely. That's a good question. Ending on a Weird Al note is great. Chat, you are always welcome to reach out to Eric or I via email. I'll say, if you want to email me, start diverting away from my Dice Tower email address because I don't know how long that will be around. You can just tweet at me. That's probably the best way to get a hold of me, honestly, at Crystal Dax on Twitter. My DMs are open, so you can always hit me up there, or you can, any of the other usual social media places. Yes, Coraloo, White and Nerdy is the one that I rapped from memory, and I've rapped it from memory multiple times in my life. I do that at karaoke, and I do the thing where I step away from the screen with the words, and everybody kind of loses their minds because they're just like, how? But yeah.
That's fantastic. We need to get together for some karaoke at some point in the future.
Oh my gosh, we do.
We will do that. I am absolutely sure.
I mean, the look on your face as Nick Murphy and I did Tenacious D's tribute, which you had somehow never heard up until that point. Your face, Eric, was just mouth agape, abject horror, confused, or like with bemusement, I think, when Nick Murphy and I were doing Tenacious D. And I got to recreate that again at some point.
Indeed. Well, folks, if you could do us a favor and on your way out, give us one more thumbs up, we would certainly appreciate it. And then, folks can see the old episodes and go back and have fun just like you all have, which we very much appreciate.
Somebody did ask in the chat if we could get some flippity flappy ears one last time, Eric.
Yes.
So I feel like we could probably do that.
I'll actually wear the ears properly. There we go.
Yes. So to everyone in the chat, thank you for joining us. We love you. We appreciate you. We're so glad you've been with us these 5 years. We will not be back with you again in 2 weeks since this is the final episode, but we will live on in your hearts and in the YouTube algorithms. But until the next time you see us, wherever that may be, I'm Crystal Dax.
I'm Eric Summerer.
And you've been watching Dice Tower Tonight.
Thank you for watching. Promotional consideration has been provided by game publishers in the form of review copies of games. Our show is and has been supported by viewers like you. Thank you for tuning in. Dice Tower Tonight is produced by Crystal and me with assistance from Tom Vassell, Mike DeLisio, Roy Kennedy, and Chris Yee, and Rob Searing. Our service for moving your very large felines provided by Tigers and You Freight Ease. Timothy Pinkham composed our theme, despite the fact that we never played it here on the show, and hosting is provided by GameNerds.com. You can hear more from Crystal on the Board Game Blitz podcast and Twitch channel, and I can be found in both audio and video on At the Table with Tom and Eric. Until we meet again, from all of us at the Dice Tower, have fun
gaming.
Good night, everybody.
Bye, everyone.